Welcome to the M.O.H podcast brought to you by Fezek Athletics, fitness, gear, and supplements. Today's topic is about the Chicago Bulls Last Dance, episode 1 and 2, where the fellas are going to discuss different topics. And now I'm going to introduce the men of honor, fellas. So, fellas, please state your name, where you're from, and your IG name. All right? My name is Frank, at Fezek Frank, and Fezek Athletics. And I'm from California, but currently live in Philadelphia.
All right, I'm Javon at Forever King Henry 33, originally from Norfolk, Virginia, currently living in Philly.
My name is Erik. Instagram name is Swiss Burgundy, Providence, Rhode Island, baby. From everywhere.
All right, so we'll get into the first topics today. You want to go ahead and start it off, Rick?
So, I guess what we'll do is, what everybody's talking about is the Bulls, the Last Dance document with Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls from the 97-98 season. So I guess the first thing would be what's our thoughts on the first two episodes of the doc? Like, what did you think?
I thought it was great, man. I thought it was great for the young generation. I thought it was great for the people of our age who didn't get to experience Michael Jordan like that. I thought it was good, man. We needed it. We needed it definitely at this time. We all needed it. So I thought it was a good thing, man, for everybody.
Good point.
Yeah, I'm more in the line. I mean, I was, I was graduating high school that year, so I had a full understanding of it. It just was a lot in it, like the little stuff, like behind the scenes that I didn't know about. So it was good. It was good to see, all of that, all those details and little rumblings that they had going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I mean, my intake was the same as Erik as well. It was good for the young generation to see, the Bulls and certain players' passion for the game. I think nowadays the passion for basketball has kind of faded, and it's more as a business tool and a business perspective now. So it kind of gave the young guys, the young generation, a view of passion for the game of basketball. Like Rock said, also, I was that 97, 98? That was, yeah, I was going to middle school, going into high school. So, my father being in the military, I was stationed out in Okinawa, Japan, when the Bulls first won those three-peats. So, growing up watching them every Sunday, like that was the team. We didn't have football, we didn't have baseball, like basketball. That was the only thing they showed on Sundays. Like,
yeah.
So, seeing the Bulls, doing the three-peat and then Mike and them coming back, like it was a big inspiration. Watching them, and it gives you that drive in whatever sport you was doing at the time.
Yeah. Hey Frank, check. Put a mark here, Frank. Check your sound, because it sounds like you coming in.
One thing I also like about that real quick is it gave a lot of people a chance to see who else was on the team besides just Jordan and Pippen. You know what I mean? Like the Bill Wenningtons, the Randy Browns, the Ron Harpers, the Steve Kerrs, the Jeff Bushlers. Like, a lot of people think that it was just Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. So for a lot of people who didn't know, there was a lot of role players on that team, that helped Jordan too. Do the little things.
Yeah. I mean, to add on to that, it was just to me what I took away from it is everything they had to put up with to still go out there and perform at a high level, right? Like, because only thing we always would see is just the product on TV, right? Like, Mike out there killing, like he getting like 30, 40, like, but you just to know that they was going through so much turmoil internally
Right.
Like behind the scenes, and to go out there and perform at a level that they did, man.
They handled it. They handled it real well.
Yeah, like that's just crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know that he was.
They're not gonna do that nowadays. It's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of pushback because even when Kobe and Shaq went at it, like that joint was like all over TV and them going back and forth. It was in Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
So you saw that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
With the Bulls, you didn't hear nothing.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing nothing.
You didn't hear anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and as crazy as that sounds,
on the court doing their thing.
As crazy as it sounds, even with all this media right now, maybe I might be wrong, but just because it's Jordan, you still might have not heard about that. Just because Jordan was back then, they didn't want anything creeping through the cracks, seeking through the pavement. Anything.
And that's how you should keep it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
About that,
but see,
until Jordan's.
But if it was social media back then, we would have heard because you always got somebody that I love.
Think?
Yo, bro, like I love how.
Say it again, Rob. I think he went out. Yeah, I don't know. He even today, you don't hear a lot of stuff about Mike, do you?
No, you don't. It's like I said, if he didn't say anything about the coach part.
Can y'all hear me?
I hear you now.
Right. I mean, but I'm saying is like if it was social media back then, like we would have heard it because it's always a person behind the scenes that's telling something, right? Like, and you be wondering like how this story get out, or somebody would have had, we had camera phones. They had camera phones back then. We would have seen all that stuff, man. Cause
but like I was saying before you got cut off, was like, do you hear stuff about Mike now?
Well, I mean, you heard rumblings because you got people that's close to the team.
I'm talking about Mike now. Like even with Mike now, like you don't hear a lot of stuff about Mike
because he ain't doing that. He's 50 years old. What are he gonna be doing?
I'm just saying he's still out with his girl, with his wife, and stuff like that. I'm just saying. I think Mike has it.
But motherfuckers don't care now about Mike like that. Like I'm sorry to say, like these young boys, like if something come up with Michael Jordan. And unless Mike then fucking like punch somebody or some ratchet shit like that, people won't even care. Yeah. Like he not interested. Like now LeBron can go out here and just walk up the street and you got like it's like the first thing on social media. Mm-hmm. Like LeBron walking up, like Beverly Avenue or something like that.
It's something that Ja Morant would do. These young boys care more about the Ja Morants and the Zions more than they don't give a shit about Jordan. The last era to give a shit about Jordan will probably be people in us. And people who's diehard basketball, whose parents show them about the players of our era. You know what I mean? If not, they don't know who it is. Like it's like Allen Iverson. People know Allen Iverson. Like these young boys know Allen Iverson, but they don't really know Allen Iverson. You know what I'm saying? They don't know AI like we know AI. They don't know about the young LeBrons. They know like LeBron with the Heat. You know what I mean? Like the Heat and on. Or they don't know about Carmelo.
Whose phone is it? Hold on.
It's an echo.
Somebody playing Call of Duty.
They don't know about the Carmelos and before New York and the Chris Bosh's before New York. Like, it's tough with this basketball stuff, man. Especially when you break it down in eras.
Yeah,
when the older cats used to tell us we don't know, now we telling the people that y'all don't know nothing.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit the second topic.
Well, I mean, I guess that leads us to, since we on Mike, like, like what was your thoughts about him being a freshman? You know what I'm saying? What's that? 17, 18 years old?
Taking that shot, right?
Taking that shot. Like knowing in the huddle, like you down by one, right? And the coach drawing up the play, you got an All-American on the squad like James Worthy, and he drawing up the play for you. Like a freshman. Like
was the play drawn up for him? Or was the play drawn up for Worthy where Coach B was like, if they double, swinging around because Mike would be
thought it
open
was
as a
for
second
Worthy,
option.
but Worthy told Mike to take the shot. No.
Nah. What Dean Smith knew was because Georgetown was
They was
they
gonna
was a
double
good
him.
team. So he drew it up as Worthy being the decoy, and he told Mike to fade, and he told him like, "You're gonna be wide open for that shot.
Yep, he did.
It's coming to you." Dean Smith, like that's the thing. Like he the greatest basketball coach of all time. Like high school, college coach of all time.
Also, fellas, like you got to remember, Duke, North Carolina, Georgetown, Indiana. Some of those teams back then, you got 5 so they should be comfortable taking that shot.
But as a freshman, though, you ain't coming in thinking you're an All-American, man. Like you.
Yeah, if you're All-American, you're definitely going to start.
And yeah,
you know what I mean. So I'm thinking as a basketball player, and I know Rock, you know what I mean, and E, I know you got you play ball at a different level, but like if coach is going to say, "Hey, this is the last shot," you should be like, "All right, cool."
Yeah, you just have the confidence. Yeah,
you should be thinking in your head like, "I'm gonna miss this shot," so I'm comfortable. You know what I mean, with him taking that shot at the last second. You know what I mean?
I mean, no one say that you wouldn't be comfortable, but to know the championship
it was a good game plan, and if he would have missed it, we all know it would have been a whole different story. But like
I don't know about that. E, I think Mike had that mentality like I missed next time I won't. Like I don't think that would have broke Mike. I think Mike would have probably gave him a hunger.
It would have made him more hungry. But what I'm saying is, if he would have missed it, it would have been a whole different. Like I said, it would have been a whole different outlook. I think, man. I mean, because he's definitely could have kicked it one more time. Was there that much time?
But he's wide open.
He's wide open. But hey, look at a lot of people who would have kicked it because they don't have that confidence. So Mike, it's like you said, Mike wanted that. Like he embraced it. You could tell that man was ready from the way he caught it. Like he said, he caught it in. It was the perfect pass, the perfect setup, everything was in rhythm, the perfect jump shot.
Yeah, Frank. That's how my passes were.
Yeah,
perfect. Like you had to reach down to your ankles. You know what I mean? Like grab that jump.
That's to get the ball back. Strategy to it, man. And now we're going to move to the next topic.
All right, so like, what's crazy is to think about how the draft went, right? Like, at the time, Akeem went number 1. That was kind of understood because back then it was a big man's league, right? But then number 2, Portland took Bowie when they had a chance to get Mike. And then, like, what do you think, like, with Mike and Clyde being together? You think they would have been the best duo?
But do they have that same team though? Do they have
what team?
Do they have Terry Porter?
So hold on. Right, go ahead and rephrase that question.
All right, Ant, what's going on, bro?
What looking like, fellas?
What's up?
Man.
What's going on?
All right, so what we on now, and is we talking about like the draft, like that 84 draft when Mike got drafted. Like Hakeem going number 1, that's understood. It was a big man league back then. And then with Portland taking Bowie, like what if they would have took Mike and Mike and Clyde would have teamed up? You think they would have been the best duo?
That would have been nasty though.
Ever?
All right, but hold on now. Answer this question. Now, do they have that same squad? Jerome Kersey?
Yeah, they have the same squad. They just added Mike.
Listen.
That's a dynasty right there.
My man Kevin Duckworth on the rebounds. Listen, that could have been ugly.
Yeah.
Like, where's the weakness at? There's no weakness on that squad.
No.
There's no weakness.
That's what I'm saying.
Then he had Terry Porter.
Yeah. Then you had Cliff Robinson coming off the bench.
You know what I mean? So I think, you know what I mean? Like Mike's whole career could have went. He probably could have won because he figured he was 6-7 years before he won a chip. 6 years?
What, 84?
84. He didn't get one to 90. Nah, it was like 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years. So you got to imagine if he got drafted to Portland, he probably could have got at least 3
before 91.
Yeah, with Portland team.
How old was Mike during that series? Because
How
Mike
was
hit
who?
his prime when he
Which
was
one?
28. So how old was he when he?
Mike hit his prime when
Yeah,
he was
but
in
he
the
didn't.
How
league.
about to say Mike hit his
But
prime the first year in the league.
they say Mike hit his prime at 28. So what? He came in the league.
But that's probably when he was
Yeah.
When he was
dominating.
in the
They
league
probably
when he came? What, 22?
Yeah,
Because
21,
he did what,
22,
3
21,
years?
I think.
yeah
Yeah, 21. I say like 21 to be on the safe side.
yeah.
All right, so
He could have easily
yeah,
won
I don't know.
3.
Somebody might be wrong. Hold on. It didn't take him 7 years to hit his prime. Maybe.
Yeah, he could get.
They said they saying when he
Detroit.
won his first chip, that's when he hit his prime. Yeah, they
Yeah,
say when he won his first chip, that's when he hit his prime. That was like
All
28.
right, yep, okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. That's what they said it because that's when he
yeah.
won the chip, and that's when he just started dominating.
Damn.
But he was already
Now,
dominating
see,
before that.
that's what I'm
He
saying.
just
Now,
didn't have a team.
real quick, a lot of people also don't realize what Mike did before. Like, a lot of people, even in our era, look at the Bulls from, all right, Mike from those when he started those championships. But a lot of people didn't really know about Mike before he got there. Like, you know what I mean? Those like them
What?
first,
Yeah,
like
they
they knew
did.
about him, but they wasn't really like nobody talks about that. Everybody just talks about the Blazers. Nobody talks. A lot of people, unless you're a true Mike fan, don't talk about the years before he got to the championship, except for when he was battling with the
Well, you
Pistons.
gotta look at it.
They talked about that.
Oh
Yeah, you
my
gotta
God.
look at it.
I know what you're
It's
doing.
kind of like that season where what season was it, Rock? Where Cole was like dominating, but he wasn't winning. You know what I
Oh, talking
mean?
about Cole?
It's kind of like
Yeah,
that.
that's
So you
like
got to
oh
figure
05,
Mike
oh
didn't have a
06.
team really, but he
Yeah,
was
Yeah, I think
really
that was like
dominating
the
in the
'07
league.
jump off, right? '06, '07.
Yeah, like the '07 when Cole was going bananas, you know what I mean? Turning the Black Mamba
nah,
was killing
no, no.
everybody.
That was
Everybody was
that was
talking
from
about the Spurs,
'05 to
Detroit.
'07. Like Cole
Yeah,
was
there was
dominating
like
in
there was a couple
'05.
years. Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
you know what I mean? So like you got to look at it. You got to look at Mike like that. Like even when he came into the league, he was still putting on crazy numbers. You know what I mean? They just
yeah.
wasn't winning. So when you're not winning, people don't really look at you all just because you're scoring. You know what I mean? And that's why he got looked down upon at that time because all he was doing was scoring,
Yeah.
but it wasn't winning.
well, they didn't
All
have
right, just
anybody. Who they
so we can
have?
get back on
White
topic.
Lightning, the guy from the Nick at Night show.
Yeah, Nick at
Yeah,
Night.
remember that show on Nick at Night? The White Lightning with the dude that used to play for the Bulls and he blew his knee out. Remember that show, Frank?
Nah,
He was a real player.
nah,
Damn.
I don't
no,
remember that one.
no.
Whatever. Go ahead.
But to get back on topic, so do we think they would have been the best duo ever?
I think they would have been
Nah.
considered one of the best duos.
Nah. Who you guys the best duo ever? Real
The
quick.
best duo ever.
Yeah. So one of the best.
One of the best duos ever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Joe Dumars and
Wow.
Isaiah Thomas.
Wow. Who you got, Frank?
I mean,
The best
I'm
duo of all
excluding.
time, and you got to
I'm
give it.
excluding like Pippen and Jordan. No, I'm not counting. I'm talking about like.
No, you gotta count. You can count them if you.
You
Yeah,
got to
you got
count
like
them.
we
I
saying
thought you were
ever.
talking about like speaking outside of this whole Bulls thing. Okay.
No, ever, all time.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
include them in there.
All right, then I gotta go with Kobe and Shaq.
Who you got?
Y'all
you
know
got,
me.
Frank?
Y'all know me. Y'all can agree because back then, Frank, I was a big Shaq fan. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, I
We
can
not
say
saying
the same. I can say
we
the
not
same
saying
exact
that's wrong.
thing.
That's a good one.
People's out
That's
here
a good one.
be thinking I'm hopping on the
That's a good one.
bandwagon.
I'm gonna go with. I gotta go with Mike and Pep because nobody did what they did. Two three-peats. I mean, you can't, and you got to figure it wasn't like there was. Okay, yes, but then you got Pippen that wasn't even considered most dominant player. You know what I mean? Another dominant player in the league. You know what I mean? He was considered good.
He was just overshadowed by
You know what
Mike.
I mean?
That's all.
Yeah. So for anybody, like I don't see nobody else doing that. You know, besides
All right,
Kobe and Shaq.
I'm gonna go since because I'm on more lines like that. Like you got the great player, then you got like a good solid player.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna go AI and Theo Ratliff.
as the greatest duo. No, he's not.
I was gonna say Melo in Denver, but shit.
You could have said Melo. You could have said Melo and AI.
Everybody got quiet. You could have said AI.
I'm joking, man. I'm
George Lynch, somebody.
I was about to say.
MJ and Pip.
Well, what about Shaq and Penny?
Yeah.
If the injury didn't happen.
Yeah, but I don't think they wouldn't have got past MJ and Pip.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they wouldn't have got past MJ and Pip. So
that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, they was good, but all time MJ and Pip. Yeah,
they would have had one though. They would have got one.
All right, here go here's the next one.
Yeah,
maybe one.
All right, so now Mike drafted. He with the Bulls preseason. He's in the hotel. And so now he's looking for like his teammates. And he goes in, knocks on the door, told the story where they was in there doing lines. Like, what's your thoughts on the Bulls being known as the cocaine circus? I ain't never known that. That's something new to me.
Yeah, that's one thing that was new to me. I didn't know anything.
You know how to order the pizza online?
The whole cocaine circus that Chicago Bulls was known for. I didn't know anything about that. Plus, I mean, that era, I was still a young boy, so that was probably what 88, 89 probably.
No, Michael's a rookie, so like 84, that was like, between 84, 85.
Oh, 84, yeah. So I was young. And even afterwards, I didn't know anything about that either.
Me neither. You know what I mean? But you got to think though. That's probably was what a lot of them did back in the day, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what they did back in the. They used to drink beers in the locker room after the game,
and smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, it was just a different time back then,
Yeah.
And you could smoke cigarettes in the locker room.
All
right. So, Mike playing, rookie year was great. He was Mike rookie of the year, no brainer. Then his second year, he comes in. What was it like the first? How many games did he play? Like 3 or 4 before he broke his foot?
That's the year that he missed the dunk contest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was
because he didn't come back. Yeah, he didn't come back till like late in the season. But then when he did come back, though, they had him on that 7.5-minute restriction. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Like,
they're just
playing only been able to play 7 minutes per half, bro.
Hey, they're being cautious, but that's tough. 7 minutes a half, that's not enough.
Yeah. Like, you can't even get a sweat. Like, you start sweating in 7 minutes. You just start getting a sweat.
14 minutes a half. That's 28 minutes.
Yeah, but back then they ain't want to risk him. You got to think he's their franchise. Yeah, like, so I get it. Starting off like, look, we want to put you on a minutes restriction, but like 7 minutes a half.
That's tough. That's tough. I mean, you got to figure as a basketball player, 7 minutes a half. You got to figure, okay. Once you get in, you got to get warmed up. That's already 2 minutes right there. Now you're already down to 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Then you got to fill in the game flow.
You're not even playing a quarter. You're not even playing a full quarter
for debuts.
Nah.
Right. So you got to figure for Mike to be there sitting on the bench 7 minutes a half. As a basketball player, it has to be tough because there's no way no player nowadays can even do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no players in this era mentally sitting on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, and then for them to tell the coach if he played a minute over 14 minutes, he's getting fired on the spot.
You're fired. You know what I mean? Like players nowadays will be like, "Oh, all right, I'm chilling."
Like on the spot.
You gotta fuck around.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because you got NBA players that's like, right, But now you got players that take in,
games off.
Games off. Like dudes, you know what I mean? So that just shows you how driven and how passionate the game was for Mike.
But and also these players now, I mean, of course they pampered. Back then, man, like you played more for the passion than the money because they won't get money like that.
Well, not even that. This is all I got.
They ain't have outside stuff. They can brand other stuff. Yeah.
right, this is all I got. So you tell a basketball player, look, this is, it's like a little kid. You know what I mean? You're playing. This is your area. You can't go nowhere else. You know what I mean? That's all they got.
It's tough, man. I don't like. I agree with Shaq, man.
Yeah, that's a tough
Motherfuckers
situation
is
to be in.
babying the players too much. Like when he told Charles Barkley, "That's why you got baby. That's why you never won anything." But
Charles didn't win anything. He was just on the wrong team, wrong time.
yeah, well, he only got
Mike
that
was in
once
the league.
against Mike. Now, quick question on that subject. Now,
you know what I mean?
Do the Suns have? Did the Suns would have beat the Bulls? Do you think the Bulls would have came back the next year and did what they did? And after that, Mike retired, right? After the Suns.
Yeah, Phoenix was a beat.
That was a tough series. I remember watching that as a kid, man.
Yeah.
Dan Molly was like lighting niggas up,
like all the
man.
rest
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they were small at the point guard. That's why
Kevin Johnson.
Kevin Johnson was
he
getting
underrated?
mismatched.
Was that a mismatch?
I mean,
who was guarding him? B.J. Armstrong?
Yeah. Yeah. No, well, they kept pick and roll with him and Scotty. No, they kept involving him in the pick with Scotty or Mike. So that's where the mismatch came. They was coming at. Yeah. All right. Next topic.
Go ahead, Frank, gives me, because this was one of your, I know you wanted the.
Yeah. So when Mike, I guess that 80. No, it wasn't it. This is right before. This is what Mike, because Scotty got
87?
drafted. What year?
80. Yeah.
Yep.
87, right? Yeah, 87. So
I had Scotty's card
that year when Scotty was, I think he got hurt. Yeah, Scotty got hurt, and Mike was playing without him, and they were losing all these games back to back, and they were trying to get on the same page. And for Mike to sit there and like say that he played to win, you know what I mean? Like a lot of those players nowadays don't have that same mentality, And even when he was with the Bulls at that time, like they just put everything on Mike. They realized like, we got the best player, the most dominant player in the league. We're just gonna leave everything up to him instead of taking the responsibility. I got to do my share. That's just that just shows you the separation between
him. That's what made him great.
Mm-hmm.
Because you gotta think, a lot of these players in the league, they got the physical attributes, right? Like they can jump, they shoot, they athletic, like whatever, but what separates the good ones from the great ones is their mentality. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what make Mike. I mean, I'm a LeBron fan, like hands down, but Mike will always be the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Just because of his mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like no.
I mean, even his mentality
led
him
to those accomplishments.
Because I mean, besides
he
Bill
wasn't
Russell,
going to lose, and he wasn't going to let him lose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like I'll slap you in your face before I lose.
But that's what I'm saying with his accomplishments. Right, but that's what I'm saying with his accomplishments. Like,
we never seen Jordan lose a big game, bro.
I guess. Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Bill Russell won like 10 chips. I don't know how many he won back to back or whatever. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, besides Bill Russell, like, Jordan actually dominated. I mean, when he was in, he dominated. Like, led the league in scoring, chip, Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Next season,
there was no decline.
Next season, same exact thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's like he showed you.
Yeah.
There was no decline in this game, and it's quite a. There's a few players that you can say that about. Even though they was down, their game was declining. I'm not saying they sucked right off the rip, but Jordan, even fucking in Washington when he came back, I mean, obviously he couldn't jump like he could anymore, but he was still dunking when he could. He was still putting motherfucking stuff on the glass at 40 years old.
He averaged 20.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So even David Robinson started declining, but he didn't stink, is what I'm saying. But you could see the decline in his game. You know what I mean? I didn't see that from Jordan. I'm thinking, man, I ain't trying to watch Jordan at the Wizards at 38 years old, man. He ain't gonna be the same. Only thing that was missing was the extra air time. Yeah, he couldn't jump like he used to. Other than that,
that was about it.
It was still watching Jordan.
Yeah. His mentality, hence, is the reason why. Like he scored 63 on Boston when he got into the playoffs after breaking it. That's the same year he broke his. Wasn't that the same year he broke his foot? That was the same year.
Listen.
Yeah.
They didn't know what
they made the playoffs.
Yeah, they scored 63
after that
and the
7-minute restriction.
Like they was by far the best team that year. Yeah, like they won the chip that year.
Well, they was the best defensive team.
They were the best
but
team
you know what?
in the league.
If you look at it now,
Kevin
McHale was how tall was Kevin McHale? He was tall, but he wasn't. But like his body mass wise, he wasn't a big dude. But he wasn't like a big dude.
Yeah.
So he was very skillful. He knew how to score.
He was like 6'10", like one.
He wasn't that small. He might have been like 2.
They was talking about how like physical he was. Like he was like Frank said, he was skillful. Mm-hmm. But I don't think the Celtics were really that physical.
Yeah. No, they was. No, they was physical. Yeah, they was physical.
No, they was physical.
Robert Parrish, you gotta remember, dog. Like, yeah,
they didn't have Dennis. You know what I mean? I remember that's hand checking and bumping and all that. They were known as a tough team.
They used to be able to punch each other. Like, nah, they was physical. Yeah, they was physical.
Yeah, they were physical.
Yeah.
They're just not as big as players like when Shaq and them started coming into the league.
They didn't have. You find too many like that back then. Yeah. Everybody was slim, but they was physical though. They'll clothesline your ass out the air. You go in that hole like on the base.
Oh, listen, nigga, what? That's what I'm saying, nigga. That's how I like to play. Yeah. That's why nobody used to like playing with me because that's the way I grew up in physical. Nigga, you come into the hole, I'm pounding the shit out of you. If I got
and then like the score 63, and then they have Bird, who I think Bird won MVP that year anyway. They say that was God in a uniform. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, like I'd have played against some boys, but they never out there after the game. Like, yo, that nigga, like Jesus, boy. Like, nah, like.
The only other person I know that calls Jordan Hughes or calls him like a guy.
Like to be on the court. Oh,
and that was his second year.
He broke it. Yeah, he broke his
foot. So that was his third year, right?
Like somebody called you the best player in the league. The best player in the league that time, calling you God.
Yeah,
like you know anyway, you taking that league over. Like that's God right there. Like, yeah, like come on, man.
After a broken ankle,
crazy, bro.
With the broken ankle.
It's an attitude, a motivation, a deep-seated spirit. It's an inner strength to keep your feet planted firmly on the ground, no matter what presses against you. It's self-confidence. It's belief. It's a way of life. It's Fezek Athletics. Go shop at www.fezekeathletics.com to get your fitness gear and supplements now. Conquer your physique.
So then that doc ended, and then that episode ended. And then they went to the second episode, which focused more on Pip. Probably the greatest. Robin to a Batman, I guess the term is to one of the greatest ever play in the league. Like, what? Do you think though, like, because they started off, with Pip's story back in the 98, they went in through his past or whatever, how he got to the league or whatever real quick. But then they started off and they focused more on like him with the not getting the surgery at the start of the year. Like, do you think he was selfish for that or like, wrong for that? Like, what's your thoughts on him prolonging the surgery?
The man wasn't happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down. I think I'm not sure if he knew about. I mean, I'm sure he knew about his contract being fucked up. I mean, but at that time when he fucked up his back, he already had 5 rings.
Mm-hmm.
5.
But this was on his ankle. This was his ankle.
First repeat.
Yeah, but that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
this is the second
ankle. This is after the first repeat.
This is when
this is before 98. Yeah, this is before the 98 season. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
My
this is
fault.
the last day. This is literally the last one.
Right.
So like I said, to me, it all had to do with the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we all know Pitt fucked up and he signed the contract, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as an organization, they should have gave him a different contract, maybe set up something different with him, gave him some more money. They should have renegotiated his contract because he's done so much.
Yeah.
He's not just a bullshit player. You know what I mean? He should have been one of the highest paid players in the league.
But back then, my bad frame to cut you off. But back then,
I mean,
the owner told him, Ryan Stark told him, we don't negotiate. Like, you sign this is what it is.
That's it.
Like, so if you sign 7 years, 18 million or whatever it was, that's what you get. Like, ain't no coming back and renegotiating. It was different times back there. They didn't do that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Back then, 7 years, 18 mil. I'm not saying that's a lot of money back then. So it's not like it looked good. It's just a 7 years. Like, damn, that's a long time without no extra bonuses or a renegotiating after 5 or 4 seasons.
Yeah, that wasn't in place back then. It wasn't in place back then.
If we win another championship, do something. Reimburse me somehow.
And it was 7 years, 19 million. 7 years, 19 million. Yeah.
Right, but I think but I mean, for Pippen to hold off on that surgery, for me, I had thought it was back then. You got to figure. Yeah. Nobody knew anything. Like we said before, we didn't know anything that was going on behind closed doors. We didn't know anything about the contract or anything like that. Like, for me, I was looking at it as, okay, the Bulls just won one three-peat. They're going on their second one now. I had thought it was more of a gimmick because a lot of players and a lot of critics were saying the Bulls are getting old. They might not repeat again. This is the time for them to split up. So for me as a kid, I'm like, all right. So I see the gimmick. I see the strategy. Okay, let's just set Pippen out. Let's say Pippen got an injury. Let's just see how the season goes to get teams to think, oh, well, Pippen is out. You know what I mean? Yep. Because when Pippen came back, they picked up exactly where they left off at. So, you know what I mean? So, I mean, for Pippen to sit out, he was wrong for doing that. But me being on the outside, I thought it was more of a strategy for the Bulls.
Yeah. So when Mike sat there on the dot and said that he thought it was selfish, because me, I'm like you. I didn't think it was a strategy. Mm-hmm. I just thought he was just hurt and he just got it done. But to find out all the stuff that was going on with the contract, getting mad about that, and Jerry Krause and all that stuff. Like, for Mike to say it was selfish.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad. I mean, just like if we was on a team and the Rock sitting out because of a contract issue, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I think Mike, the way he kind of said that thing was kind of wrong. Like, I'm not gonna be mad at a player that is one of my best duos. He wants to sit out because of contract issue. I understand that, but at the end of the day,
maybe it was a little selfish on some part, maybe on some part, because
you know what I mean. That's your business. At the end of the day, I mean, is it really selfish though? If I want to sit out because my contract is not as good as Luke Longley,
Ron Harper made more than
he did. Kukoc's contract.
I mean, looking from a just strictly a basketball, like me on the court having to battle every day. Yeah, I'm like, yo, bro, like we could have sat down. Like, come on, like I need you, like. You know what I'm saying? I get what Mike was saying on that level. Like we say, Mike he's the ultimate competitor.
Yeah, so I was about to say that. We gotta remember how much of a competitor.
Yeah, like he ain't thinking about no money. Like, we'll handle that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get this chip. Like, what the front office is doing. Fuck them. Let's go out here and let's show them like, nah, like we still got more in the tank. Because remember, Mike still wanted to come back. Like,
do you think my fault, real quick? Do you think if Mike was to go to the organization and tell them we need to reconstruct Pip's contract, do you think they would have did it? If Mike went up, Mike said it?
Nope, because
remember, Mike saying it though.
Because Mike told him that he won't playing without Phil, and they told Phil that last year, I don't care if you win 82, you gone. So if Mike telling you that, like, nah, they're not, nah, the owner, but he wasn't.
Oh
Back
yeah,
then
that's
they
just
won't
true.
like
Yeah.
that. Like if he told, no, I'm not. I told you when you signed it, I'm not renegotiating. Like you got to wait till it run out.
It was what it was.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 7 years.
Yeah.
You know, the next
next topic.
You know, we already kind of touched on that with Pippen. You know, Frank, you started on. You know, when he came back, they started running because they started out slow. You know, what was the record like 20? Yeah, 24-11, and then when Pip came, they rolled into the playoffs.
24-11.
You know what I'm saying? Like just dominating. You know what I'm saying? Like so that leads us to what we was already talking on. That's what Mike knew. Like if I had you from the beginning, it wouldn't be no rap. Like why should we struggle? Let's just go out here and get this chip, bro. We said it's the last dance. Let's go get this chip.
I mean, it wasn't that bad of a struggle. I mean, it was 24-11.
Yeah.
A lot on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When Pippen wasn't there, it was just a lot of, stress on him and a lot of playing time and more effort because his shots went up probably even double probably.
Had no one else to shoot.
When Pippen was out, So, if it would have went into like deeper in the season,
another thing, that's when a lot of people
that's when it probably would have been an issue.
Could score the goddamn ball. It's just not hit.
During that time, Rodman was just rebound. It was more who took advantage of that was Kukoc. Kukoc stepped up and showed like, yo, like I'm that boy. Like I can play. Yeah, like I can play. It's just I don't know. And then on top of that, Pippen asking for a trade. I never knew that. I don't remember that coming on SportsCenter like that. Like
yeah. I didn't either. I mean, when you hear it, when you put the pieces together and you hear that, then you already knew, like, all right, this is it for the season. He was like, all right, Pippen already wants to leave.
Yeah.
Or, the organization
he knew he was done in Chicago.
Like, all right, this is the end of the season.
So he was like, y'all ain't gonna give me my money.
He knew that was the last
Just get
run
me out
for
of
them.
here now. Like, why am I gonna stay for? Why am I gonna win y'all another championship? But I guess Mike, him and Mike really probably sat down and Mike told him, like, I need you, bro. I don't let them push you out. Like, let's go out on top. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hence why.
Yeah. And he put a lot of pressure on his teammates as well, too. I mean, you got to figure, you going 24-11, I think they went on, like, a couple losing streak. And, Mike in the huddle, like, yo, I ain't going to say this shit again. Like, we got to win.
Get your shit together.
I don't care if Pippen ain't here, whatever. Like, if we don't come back, we still got to win. We got shoes we still got to fill. You know what I mean? Right? By any means necessary, we're gonna win. Me taking
any
50
means
shots,
necessary, bro.
Making us win, that's what we're going to do.
Now, what does that mean to you, though? Like, what does by any means necessary mean to y'all?
I mean, by seeing Mike, seeing Cole, like, that was embedded in me. Like, by any means necessary. Like, if we're losing and things ain't going the way they need to be, I'd rather lose the game my way. Like, that's how I always played. Rock, you play ball with me. E, you play ball with me. Like, yeah, I'm going to give you chances. But if I see if this shit ain't working, I'm taking the responsibility to bring us back and to win this game. It's not an ego thing. It's not Frank think he this and that. It's just
you come with me, or I'm brought up. Like, I'll
I'm going to win. It's going to win my way.
Yeah, like, either you with me or I'll just go by myself.
Exactly. Like, by any means necessary, I'm winning the game the way I'm going to win the game.
Yeah.
That's what it means to me. I tried to embed that in my son as well too. He plays soccer, so I'm like, sometimes you're gonna have to take, control. If you want to sit there and keep relying on your team, keep relying on certain people to do certain things, and then you upset because of the outcome.
I mean,
I can't
and
control
on
that.
that, like
You can control
by
that.
any means necessary, you
know
do
what I
what
mean?
you
You as a
can
player
to
can
win.
control
I mean, and even if, like you say, if you lose, you know you lost, giving it all you had. Like I went out on my sword. Yeah, I went out on my sword. Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you
Like
lost at your
I
cost.
knew
You knew you
when
lost
I
at.
left on that court, I ain't
Yeah,
have no regrets. I mean, I
I
may
agree with that.
regret
Yeah.
losing, but I know I did everything in my power to win. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm. Right. And then you learn. I know for me, like I learned something. Like I might put everything on the
yes,
court, and then we
yep,
might lose the game.
yep,
But at the
yep,
end of the day,
yep,
I'm sitting back and replaying the whole game in my head and say, okay,
yep,
I could have
yep,
did this better. I could have
yep.
did that better to let us, to make my team win. So that's what it means by any means necessary. It's like you said, by any means necessary. Whatever you got
Yeah,
to
no,
do
I agree.
to win that
That's
game or to bring your team back, you're gonna do. And then sometimes it puts you in a zone where I know there's plenty of time Mike was probably in the zone.
just
He
all
probably didn't
reaction, just
realize like
all
the stuff
just in
that
the
he was
flow.
doing. He just felt as though it was it's second
you just
nature to him.
playing, you just hooping.
It's all on the flow. Yeah, so it's sometimes like being in that zone is something totally different. I mean, right? When we was playing that in that over the third league when we was down by 30, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just zoned out because I knew I had to make up this.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just zone out and
you was already in that rhythm. You was already in that flow. Like,
I'm like,
everything just felt right. Everything felt easy. Everything, like the game slowed down. You can see everything. Like you can read it. You can read it three to 10 steps before it even happened. Like it is,
everything.
Trust me, I know how that is. You know what I'm saying? And then people like, well, dang, like yo, like you, yeah, for real. Like, all right, like I guess if it's on tape, I'll watch it and be like, oh yeah, like damn, like that shit was crazy. Yeah. Now the last, one of the last things about the Bulls, like, do you, do you think the triangle was known for like less risk for dominant players like Mike?
Hello?
And Cole? Huh?
Yeah, you ready?
Hear me? Yeah,
you still on there?
I think E.
I hear you.
Yeah, but not. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I think the triangle offense was triggered for. If you know you have a dominant player, that triangle offense is going to work, and it's going to put them in a higher position, a higher percentage to score the basketball. And that's what the triangle offense does. I mean, it's for your dominant player, putting them in a less risk.
And then to add on to that, bro, like it also puts your best three players on one side of the court. So, especially like back in those days where it was no zone, it was hard to defend that because you can't trap. It's less room to trap because on your weak side, that's where you put your shooters like Kerr and Kukoc and people like that. So that you trap, I'm just swinging to the weak side. They wide open, bucket. You know what I'm saying? It like I said, we ran that in high school and it was, what I'm saying, that was like one of my favorite offenses because it's like in high school you can zone, but even against the zone they really couldn't because it's like, all right, so the zone shifts kind of weird. Like, okay, do I go out here and then now the center's here and then the guards here, then you got the other guards playing in the weak side. And if you move it right, your weak side, that's where you put your best shooters. Like, now you stand over here.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, because it pulls the whole defense on one side.
Yeah.
It pulls the whole defense on one side. And if you swing the ball fast enough, swing the ball smart enough,
that
opposite side is back doors open.
But you gotta
or
the players on that side gotta also know, like,
skip passes.
I'm up here for a reason. If I catch it ain't no playing around with it. It's like, nah, I'm looking to score. Whether that's a one dribble pull, a catch and pull, not everybody can catch and pull. That's a but I agree with you. Like I think it's no risk. It is no risk for dominant players. It actually helps them a lot. All right, so to close it out, we're gonna do a couple, some quick hitters or whatever. Not too long. Spend like 5 minutes on it or something like that. Do you think Jerry Krause should be in the Hall of Fame?
For me, I would say no, just because growing up in that era and not really knowing the back office or anything like that, you really don't think Jerry Krause would be considered a Hall of Fame just because he wasn't on the court, and you don't know that he actually put that team together,
Grant, the first three-peat, he went out and got cool coach.
That's what I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. So I'm just saying, if you didn't, like, being a kid, and when you say, if you're being a kid in that generation, anything to say, do you think Jerry Krause would be in the Hall of Fame? Me being as a teenager,
but that's not how the
I'm
Hall
going to say
of Fame
no, because I'm like, who is Jerry Krause? Like, I know he's
after
older,
the career,
but
they sit there
I don't know that,
back.
you know what I mean?
At the time, but I'm talking about like now, when you look back, even though they paid him in, they painted him in a badass light. But look back
and look.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't put him in because he tore something down. He tore something special down early.
He didn't draft Mike, but he
what I mean. That's probably the only field that I probably have.
I gotta give him that. Even though he did that shit at the end, he still got him 6 chips. I mean, Mike got him 6 chips, but he put the pieces Mike needed. He made the trade for Oakley to get Cartwright. You know what I'm saying? Like he made some good moves. He just did that shit at the end that was just. Egos got into it, but
I mean, for the end, that's what got me. So I will consider.
Do you think
a Hall of Fame?
Is there
just
50%?
I think he probably.
I mean, because it was like Mike couldn't shoot threes. He had to shoot threes. It wasn't a 3-point lead
easily.
Back then. Like I agree
with these rules.
How much you think he average per game? How much you think he
I'll say 40 and above. And
it'd be on some 2K numbers.
I say 45.
Oh shit!
I say 45. I say 45. I say for like one season he probably had he probably like the season like he had when he was playing. So he had like that one season where he averaged 37, 8. You know what I mean? He's gonna have that one season where he averaged 50. But I think everything after that is gonna be like 40, between 40 and 50.
Wow. That's some 2K shit for real.
Yeah.
With the fouls,
he'll have a season where he'll average 50 because you got to figure if he's playing this era and let's say like the first two seasons.
How many free throws a game? 20.
I mean, the first two seasons he like averaged like. No, I'm just saying. So say like the first two seasons he averaged like 43, right? And they ain't really went in whatever. He might come out and be like, look, all right, I'm about to go average 50.
How many free throws a game, real quick?
That's what he did when he averaged 37.
How many free throws you think
never seen that?
Game?
Huh?
What? They bring
him probably shoot like 15 to 20 free throws a game. With these petty fouls.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I mean, that Mike was getting those calls.
And like I say, I mean, and like his highest percentage was what the points per game was without shooting too many threes. Yeah, I didn't know that. Like I thought Mike, might have been like around 45. 49, I didn't know this boy was like for a career 49% shooter.
That's why I used to be mad when I used to watch Mike as a kid. When he missed shots, I used to be upset. I'm like, Mike, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He missed. you're like, all right, what? And I never felt that way with any player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, Mike missed. You be like, all right, come on, Mike, really? You gonna miss that?
Yeah. All right, bro.
Because he wasn't used to him missing anything.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you went out.
Not my bad. All right, to close out real quick, one quick question. We have other topics, but we'll pick that up on the next episode.
I hear you.
Next week. Your Mount Rushmore. That's 4. That's only 4 on Mount Rushmore now.
Yep.
Who's your Mount Rushmore? Yeah, it's only 4 on Mount Rushmore. Mike.
Only 4?
That's consensus. We all agree on that. Okay.
My 4
okay.
dominant with chips. And when they came in, they dominated. You know, they were the best player in the league.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
MJ, Will,
but Cole, when he came
Shaq.
in the league, he won't dominate. But all right, I ain't mad at that. But I know you're a Cole. I know you're a Cole fan. So I got you.
I mean, I'm a Cole fan. So
I know.
You got to remember now. He gave Mike 55 when he was 19.
From Georgia.
I think the second highest person to ever get Mike 55 was probably the bull Raheem, whatever that bull name is.
That's not. I
think he had
I would never
30-something.
I wasn't the biggest Cole fan, but I thought I always respected his game. You know what I'm saying? I never, took nothing away from him. But I ain't wrong. Ain't mad nobody putting Cole there. Ain't mad nobody putting Shaq up there. Wilt. I'll put Bill Russell before I put Wilt, but that's just me. Why not? He won 11 chips. He was the best player on the squad. All right, let me tell you my Mount Rushmore. I got Mike, Bron.
He was not the best player on his squad.
Russell.
Go ahead.
And my fourth always it switches. Right now, Bron, Russell, and I would have to.
So you got MJ, Cole.
It goes between
Bron,
Shaq,
Russell,
and it goes between Magic. Now, the reason why I put Magic up there is because Magic saved the league. Like Magic, you know what I'm saying, and he was nice. Like he won at every level. So today it would be. I agree, Shaq. Like I will.
He top 5. He definitely top 5.
Like, you catch me tomorrow. Yep.
Only reason I wouldn't put Russell on that if you put Russell on another team, would he still be?
This is my opinion, bro.
Stop it.
And he won being a player coach, dog. Like, come on, bro. Like,
that Boston team was the best team.
11 chips, dog. Like, you got to be on Mount Rushmore.
They were the best team. Every draft pick went to them.
That's some. And he on Mount Rushmore for football.
Yeah, because it's his team. That's like Tom Brady. Like,
man, we ain't getting into that, bro.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know.
We gonna see what Bill Belichick do this year. And we gonna see what Tom. And we're gonna see what Tom Brady do this year. And we go, and the podcast later down the line with football.
We're gonna see what Tom Brady do this year.
We'll see. We marking this right now. You think Bill Belichick?
I like to see. I like to see him.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, you go. Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
We say football.
Like
that's a tough situation.
With me, it's the players because you gotta go. Like a coach could be the greatest coach of all times. Like, but the players gotta go out there and execute.
Yeah, a lot of people gonna put him up there.
How many chips? How many chips did? Yeah. How many chips did Bill Belichick win before Tom Brady?
It's more of a coaching style too.
None.
You gotta be in the right position.
No, exactly. So we gonna see how many he wins after Tom Brady. Fuck no,
he didn't.
No.
Yeah, but they were on that. They were on that
gonna
way.
Win no chip with Drew Bledsoe. Man.
4 years after
Tom
he started.
Came in. Yeah. The next year.
Yeah, remember he got hurt, and then
like
Brady stepped in, but he didn't win it. He didn't win no chip until probably like. No, it didn't.
Yeah, it was early. Yeah, it was early. The Raiders was nice too, though. Fucking Gannon was killing. Like, that Prince Gannon was balling. He was balling
Raiders that year.
Huh? Yeah. But now
Yeah,
this is good, you know. Good first episode. You know, we had some technical difficulties.
But yeah, that'd be another
we'll
topic.
work that out, for the next ones. Yeah, we'll get going. Then want to give a shout out to we was missing some fellas, some fella men on honor. We got Erik, we got Castano. Sorry, didn't mean to put your little government out there. We got 2 Eriks to be in, and that's in the group. Got Greg, Mike,
one from Virginia, one from Rhode Island.
Joe, he little under the weather, and then we got Ant popped in for a little bit, but had to take care of something. So, hopefully, next episode we'll have everybody up here, you know what I mean, and then just go through these topics and get some good conversation going on like we always do.